next Wednesday.
I did not want to show you this.
Send me that picture.
The more you know,
So I've got good news and bad news.
the heavier the burden.
I was able to get him bail, $1.5 million. How am I going to get that?
Because no matter how careful,
Cannot say anything to Karen.
someone can always get hurt.
You okay?
This doesn't feel right. It is not looking good for Maurice.
I just want you to know that you can still sign this deal and give me Sabrina.
Tyler Perry's Sistas, all new next.
All right, Sistas fans, you just saw the 15-second promo. I guess they'll put out an extended look later on this week, but you know what? We're going to rush this thing out here. Yeah, this was the promo for Season 5, Episode 16, entitled Picture Perfect. And it's airing, wake up, wake up, wake up, it's the first of the month, February 1st, 2023. So, let's go ahead and break this down. And remember, this breakdown is going to encompass the promo you just saw, as well as the end credit promo that aired at the end of last night's episode. So, picking up where we left off, Angela, I did not want to show you this. Then why the heck did you? Why? I feel like Angela only pops into Sistas to start some crap. Her first appearance, you know, when it was Madam, Andy, Fatima, and Angela sitting in the living room of Zach and Fatima's house, she kept egging Fatima on. Oh, go ahead, tell her what else. Tell her what else. In regards to, you know, the baby mama drama that, you know, Karen is causing for Zach and Fatima. And I'm just sitting there like, so your whole purpose is just to sit up here and, you know, just make Fatima pour the tea on her own, you know, drama. And everybody was saying the same thing. And you're not going to say anything about your, you know, questionable man, Bryce. But no, at this point, okay, assuming these shows still work on the same timeline, Sistas is ahead of Zatima. At this point, I doubt Fatima or Fatima's friend Angela is still in a relationship with Bryce. Bryce still exists, though, because Zach did name drop him not too long ago when he told Fatima they were out looking at a new property to buy. So Bryce still exists, but it's highly doubtful that he and Angela are actually still an item. Just putting that out there. Okay, so Andy kind of rubbed me the wrong way here because on one hand, she vouches for our boy. You know, she's in Fatima's office. And she says, oh, because Fatima shows the picture, you know, on her phone. Because she even tells Angela, hey, I need you to send me that picture. I need you to send me that picture. So Andy's looking stunned. Well, it's clearly an old photo. And Fatima, the way Fatima looks at her, he had this on today. Andy's like, oh. And then Fatima goes, yeah, when he took the papers, this is what happened. I'll get into that in another video. I'm just not in the mood right now. This note. But it looks like we have Karen. She's on the phone, probably calling Andy, because we do see her looking at the paperwork for the agreement that Zach, you know, gave to her. So maybe she's calling Andy to look over it because Zach was like, hey, don't sign it until a lawyer has, you know, looked at it first. So this is probably what she's doing with that, you know, calling Andy to say, hey, you know, I'll send you this paperwork to look over it, and then we can finalize everything. Or she could be calling Aaron to come over, but I highly doubt that. There is a scene where we see Aaron, you know, up in the salon smiling. He's standing next to Pam, and Karen doesn't really seem all that interested. And I'm like, wow, that's a massive 180 from last night when you were the one running up on him. So I guess Aaron is probably too eager because, oh wow, Karen must be really feeling me now. I'm going to come by. And notice that he's wearing the same outfit that, well, actually him and Karen are both wearing the same outfits that we saw in that other promo where he and Zach get into a fight at a restaurant. And speaking of, go over to when Zach is with Fatima at the house and it looks like he's going in for a kiss, and she like turns her head and he barely is able to graze her cheek, and like she's glaring at him and he's going, you okay? So I'm guessing that Fatima, you know, tells him or, you know, interrogates him. Then Zach goes to find Karen, then goes to the restaurant, and then a brawl happens because he's lashing out at Karen for the setup. And from there, that's when Aaron steps in and then they get into a fight. But In any case, let's go over to the law firm. Oh, also, Fatima does say to Andy, you cannot say anything to Karen. About the photo, I guess. I don't know. But in any case, at the law firm, Sabrina goes over because remember, she was going to talk with Andy about, all things related to Maurice to see if there's anything that could be done to help him out. So based on some dialogue, it seems that Robin is going to see Andy first because he does say, so I got some good news and some bad news. And I do think it's Maurice related because of the fact that later on in the promo, when Andy's talking with Sabrina, she says, hey, so I was able to get Maurice bail, but it's $1.5 million. So that seems to be the good, bad news that Robin is presenting her with. But this is, remember how earlier I said, wow, Fatima is showing Andy the photo, and here we go with Andy having Zach's back. Then we have a scene like this that has me going, this heifer is trash. Robin goes, I'd actually love to take you to dinner tonight. Andy goes, no. Robin says, so when you get burned, Andy has the audacity to say, I'm out. Andy has been scorched so many times by Gary that she looks like a hot dog that's been on the grill for far too long on the 4th of July, during the 4th of July cookout. You know how there are some relatives that don't know what they're doing on the dang grill, and then there's a couple hot dogs that are just extremely overcooked that they can compete with charcoal with how gray and black they look. This woman, that's why I said in my review and on Twitter, I hate how these women have been acting like, they got this one dude they always come to with favors and whatnot, but the moment their favor has been fulfilled, they have no other use for them. Like when the guy tries to kind of, want a little bit more, like, hey, would you like to go to dinner? Hey, would you like to, mess around in bed or something? No, I'm tired. But you're all up in their face smiling and whatnot when you need something. Get the hell out of here. Just like Preston, Robin deserves a lot better. Get on up out of here. Just get on up out of here. Gosh. All right. So I'm sorry about that segue there. But yeah, Sabrina is in the office talking with Andy. Andy's giving her the news about, hey, I was able to get the bail, but it's $1.5 million. And then Sabrina's like, how will I be able to get that kind of money? And we know she's going to ask Bio for it. So in any case, Andy is telling Sabrina, like, Sabrina, do you know how much your bail was? No, millions. And then it's not looking that good for Maurice. And Sabrina's like, I understand. And then she kind of like looks away like she's rolling her eyes. Get your ass out of this. No. Because I'm just saying, look, I know she's going to say I understand, but part of me feels like the only reason she wants Maurice out of jail is because getting Maurice out ensures that he won't, turn traitor on her by giving her up in order to walk himself, despite him being the main reason for this entire thing to begin with in regards to them being arrested. But yeah, I mean, I'm thankful that Andy is finally telling Sabrina it costs millions to get you out. But I remember last week's episode when Sabrina was begging Andy at the penthouse, and I'm like, Andy, just drop the knowledge that, hey, it costs $3 million to get your ass out of jail, because I think Karen and Danny were, come on, Andy, come on. Did you put up any money? Shut the hell up. Damn. But yeah, from there, we go over to Maurice's jail cell. John Williams comes over to him and goes, hey, you can still sign this and give me Sabrina. So there's that. I wonder if he's going to like say, well, hey, you know what? They got bail, but it's a $1.5 million. And I'd love for him to say, or Maurice to go, but how much did it cost for Sabrina? $3 million. And them heifers couldn't get me out? I could see him saying something like that. Also, we get a cutaway. Danny just goes, this doesn't feel right. She's over the phone with somebody. I don't think Karen would call her. I don't think Karen would call her. I don't know. Oh yeah, last thing to talk about. Hayden is on the phone with Gary. Looks like they're calling each other from work. Hayden goes, "You are literally forcing a man out of his own company over a woman." Gary goes, "It's a level up, not jealousy." And the way Hayden said it, maybe it goes to what Tamara told Fatima. Hey, look, when he comes in the office today, you'll see my magic worked on him. Because Hayden is sounding level-headed. And I'm thinking to myself, of all people to try to call out somebody for seemingly overreacting out of jealousy because of a woman, why is Hayden saying that to Gary? But yeah, guys, just to be up front, I don't know if I'm watching next week's episode live because the past 2 weeks have been so lackluster and I've been bored out of my mind and giving negative scores. -5 out of 10. Was that like one of my lowest scores I ever gave an episode of a Tyler Perry show I've read on this channel? Close to, if not the lowest, but we'll just have to wait and see. Sistas just ain't hitting for me like it used to because of how bad it's been. And if the main premise of the next several episodes regarding Zach and Fatima is based off the flimsiest of drama in regards to a dang photo, I'm going to be pissed off because here we go seeing the Fatima from earlier in the season that I didn't like rearing her ugly head again during the back half of season 5B. So thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. This episode is called Picture Perfect, but it seems like a perfect recipe for disaster if you ask me.